Please ignore my fingernails mishap happened. Greetings and salutations, my beautiful gremlins. This video is actually going to be
so much fun
because it involves two of some of my favorite things: character design and ice cream. I shall be making 3 elf characters based on 3 ice cream flavors and also try to come up with a story for them along the way. I do hope you guys like this video because I genuinely think it's going to be so much fun. Also, I am very excited for the first flavor. I'm going to be
so hungry
by the end of this video. So let's not dally any longer and get into this lovely creation process. Alright, this girl. Fun fact about me, mint chocolate chip is my
favorite
ice cream flavor, and no one else in my family likes it. They joke that the only reason it's my favorite is so no one can steal it when I bring it home, and while that is funny, I genuinely like the flavor. I am sure it's more nuanced than this, and there are people who disagree, but one time my sister told me that it seems like not many people like mint chip, which I disagree with. It's popular, but the people that do like it,
it's their favorite flavor.
Again, I'm sure it's more nuanced, but I just thought it was funny. Anyway, back to the girl. Or elf, but she is female, so she's a girl elf. I don't know why, but I really wanted to give her soft feminine vibes. All the characters I'm creating for this video are going to be a trio, and I do want to come up with a story for them, but right now I don't have that yet. I do know I kind of want them to be fighters, so this big poofy skirt that I'm giving her might not make the most sense, but trust me,
it's important.
She doesn't really like fighting, but she can hold her own in battle. And yes, I gave her a parasol. She needs it for monster annihilation. It's almost that time of day where I go and get a snack, and I am actually so tempted to just get in my car and go to the store and get like a small tub of mint chocolate chip. It's slightly overwhelming, but I won't because I'm too frugal with my money. This girl is also meant to represent the fact that femininity is not weak, and if you think that, that is an interesting wrong opinion you have there. Yes, this is something I am passionate about.
Sorry.
Also, just so you know, I do have a name for her. Her name is Edith. I love her so much. She is so cute. However, drawing her took such a long time for some reason, and there were just a lot of small things in her design that I just
wanted really badly.
But that did make the drawing take longer, and also I'm not good at filling things with colors, so that was harder than it needed to be. Now, Edith comes from a wealthy home. I don't know if that was obvious. Her father sheltered her most of her life, and she was perfectly fine with that. It wasn't really the sheltering people think of, it was more like he didn't tell her certain things until she asked. And as it turns out, she liked discovering things for herself rather than asking. However, when it was something that she believed would be better explained by her father, she would go to him about it. This is an interesting parenting technique, but it seems like her father's trust was never misplaced, as Edith was very responsible with what she asked, when she asked, and how she asked. Also, if anyone is wondering why her father is so rich, it's because he's a very famous bounty hunter. I'm sure that won't cause any problems. So, someone's about to give birth in their home. Don't worry, everything will be fine. This one was really interesting. I have never actually had Moose Trats ice cream before because of certain afflictions. However, it does look very delicious and an aesthetically pleasing flavor for the eyeballs. This boy caused me a lot of stress. I don't really think this one turned out to look really that much like the ice cream, but I tried my hardest. I just don't design boys very often and don't really know how to design their clothes
in a pleasing way.
But either way, I kind of had an idea for what I wanted to do for this. Basically, this boy was meant to be charming and could probably talk his way out of everything, and during a situation that he cannot charm his way out of with his lovely speech, he would freak out. He also deals with panic attacks for flavor. Don't question it, he's sensitive. It's kind of like the boy character in a lot of books recently, you know, devil may care. I kind of hate that because I see the appeal, but also they are still a devil, so why does it matter? Anyway, dark, brooding, and all that fun stuff. But you know,
without the red flags.
Or if there are red flags, he acknowledges them and wants to try to be better. And succeeds because of character development! Like Edith, I gave him heterochromia because to these elves, it's just as common as homochromia. Well, technically it's flipped, and homochromia is about as rare as heterochromia is to us. I also gave him some spots around his body. It's not vitiligo because these certain spots aren't a lack of pigment, and they can come in all skin tones. It comes from the clan he's from, and I'm realizing it kind of looks like my friend Shasha's species. I'm sorry, Shasha, I didn't mean to copy you. I just wanted more of the ice cream's colors. And
I gave him a pet chipmunk.
you know how Edith needed her parasol for battle? Well, he needs his chipmunk, alright? It's an integral part of the character. The chipmunk's name is Clovis, if you were wondering. Clovis doesn't actually look that
Great.
in this drawing. I know it's kind of a shock, but I don't draw chipmunks that often, and while I am practicing for my boy here, I'm still not the best. Oh, I should probably tell you the boy's name too. His name is Alistair. It took me such a long time to figure out his name. Sometimes names just pop out for the character and they immediately tell me who they are, and sometimes I really have to search. It depends on their personality, I guess. Alistair would probably give someone 5 different names before he told anyone the real one. Well, how does he really tie into the story? You see, the woman that was pregnant and gave birth in his home, remember her, is his cousin. Without really saying much, his cousin needs money, so in this world where no one is really allowed to make any money on their own but the powerful that were born into it, she sells herself to try and live a comfortable life. Well, as comfortable as it can be, I guess. That ended up with a baby with the wrong man, and that man has decided she has broken such a law that is enough to need a bounty hunter to come after her. Alistair knows that's wrong and will do anything to protect his cousin, so he is now going to break into a bounty hunter's estate to get her back.
Also,
He thinks Edith is cute. Just important information to know. I don't really know why, but the charming flirt and or person who kind of knows what they are doing, and the puddling mess of anxiety who can sometimes make the flirt also a puddling mess, is like one of my favorite tropes when it's healthy. I don't really know if Alistair looks like a moose strat or even reminds me of it at all, but I really like him. Next one! After mint chocolate chip, cookie dough is actually my favorite ice cream flavor. That and cookies and cream. I hope I do it justice. It's
such a hard time with the post.
and I
I swear.
I started it over more times than I care to admit. I ended up changing the reference I was using just because I also realized that the reference I was using wasn't good for this girl anyway. She is also kind of holding her arms out because she kind of struggles with balance a lot, so I kind of just wanted to show that a little bit. Considering it took me
So long.
to tell you her twins' name. Yep, they're twins. Obviously fraternal. I won't keep it from you this time. Her name is Elena. It was way easier to find out her name than Alistair's. Honestly, I feel like she was harder to draw than the other two. I know things are meant to get easier as you go along and do them, and this did take a shorter amount of time than the other two, but
My goodness.
I was struggling a tiny bit to say the least. I didn't really know how to do the colors, and at the end of the day, I don't really know if it looks like cookie dough or even reminds me of cookie dough, but I do like her and I'm very happy about the braids that I added to Elena's hair. I don't know why, but I'm kind of on a braided hair kick. I can't do it to myself because my hair is too short, but I can definitely do it to characters. And since Edith had her parasol and Alistair has his chipmunk, I obviously need to give my girl Elena something. And that was a beat up wooden sword. Listen, I cannot write a story without some sort of revolution. I don't know why, it must be the American fire in my veins. This world that I have described is
Obviously.
corrupt, so it's about time some people come together and want to set it straight. And Alina is one of those people. She isn't a founder or the face or anything like that. In fact, she hasn't even met anyone that is higher up in the revolution. Actually, the only people she has most likely interacted with would have been vandals that paint their slogans on public property. But that does not deter her from fighting. With her love for revolution, she needed a suitable weapon and decided to whittle a wooden sword just for herself. She hasn't had to use it against
Real.
enemies yet, but she is happy that she has it. Alistair thinks she is delusional, but Alina knows that she is doing her best to protect him and their family that is slowly being torn apart. So when her cousin gets into trouble with, babies and bounty hunters, she jumps up to protect her. Now, that doesn't really mean she likes her cousin. She thinks her a coward. It's something they're going to have to work through with a lot of character development. But at the moment, all Alina is
incredibly loyal.
again, this entire story is a little rushed, and I do want to flesh it out more because I
Love
these characters, and I love how Alina turned out. In fact, I love how all of them turned out. It's amazing, and they're so cute, and I definitely want to do more with their story. I don't really know if I did well in the department of, the entire point of the video, but I did try, and it got me to make some characters that I am really proud of. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any ideas for these characters or this story, I would
Love
to hear them because I genuinely like this story a lot. Please, 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 please go do something that makes you happy. I
beg of you.
because it's so important to be happy. If something that makes you happy is watching another video, then the video on your screen is something YouTube put there for you because it thinks you will like it. So check it out if you want to. Thank you again. God bless you. Bye.